Dr. Lakoff.
Okay, look, one of the things that was not discussed here is the fact that the right wing has marketed its high-level ideas out there for the last 35, 40 years. Ideas about what constitutes national security, what the market is, what government is, what taxes are, and so on. And that they shape the current debate that's out there because journalists believe that language is neutral, that conservative language is just going to be neutral, it's going to be accepted. The blogs right now have done a wonderful job of punching holes in things and revealing important truths, but that's part of the old idea that if you just tell people the facts, they'll reason to the right conclusion. The blogs have not done a job of getting progressive, high-level ideas out there. And I wondered if you thought that the blogs were capable of doing it, and if so, how?
I think to a great degree, blogs are reaching an audience of, or at least people who read the blogs they like, as opposed to the ones they like to criticize. I think, in some sense, the high-level ideas are out there. But if you're talking about are the blogs capable of creating, sort of high-level messaging of those ideas, are we capable of creating language to sell those ideas, or at the very least attempting to distribute that language, get it out there, get it into the bloodstream? I think the potential exists. I think any kind of messaging blogs can help distribute things, but only around the edges. I do think that in order for that to work better, it can't just be blogs. It has to be blogs. Politicians have to get on the same page. You need to have Democratic and liberal politicians who are also willing to incorporate and use that language. I mean, as we know, Democrats are very bad at what the heck is S-chip? Why do we think health care for kids instead of S-chip? So I think part of it is really about getting not everyone aligned in the sense of just repeating talking points mindlessly, but trying to get everyone to understand that language matters, and it's good to come up with better language, and it's important to use it, to keep using it, and to eventually convince journalists and other people who are sort of more mainstream to use that language as well, the way they've adopted reserved language.
Yeah, half the strategy of George McGovern in 1972 was, well, of course the American people will come to their senses and realize that Richard Nixon is a bad person. I don't think any of us are that naive these days.
Paul?
Go ahead.
No, I was wondering what Paul.
No, I think basically that, the blogs they can do this, that they can be the counter pressure on the media. They can, but I don't think it's big themes come from sustained intellectual effort. It takes might almost say it comes from people writing books, and then from politicians picking up those themes and running with them. So it's no number of pamphlets in the 1930s could get the New Deal sensibility out there. It took FDR doing it, and so the remaining problem, which we still haven't overcome, I don't think the blogs can do this job, is that Democratic politicians are still very, very reluctant. Not just a matter of them using clumsy language and excessively bureaucratic, but that they still, Republicans, can get a little bit into some of the themes that were batting around during the fight for the Democratic nomination, but Republicans talk about conservatism as the right thing, and Democrats say we need unity, and we don't have we don't have that. And the Democrats are still afraid because of many defeats, and still, and where the media does come in, it still treats it as shocking. When I booted up this morning, there was Yahoo News, and it said like this terrible story. Nancy Pelosi said that Bush is a total failure. Now, if a Republican had said that, it was about a Democratic president, well, of course they'll say that. But it's treated as something wildly unusual that a Democratic leading politician should say that. So, but no, the answer is this is not What the blogs can mostly do, I think, is just keep the pressure on and make mainstream journalists and politicians at least a little bit afraid of the left as well as the right.
One last comment, which is that the right wing has a great many dozens and dozens of think tanks and institutions, training centers, booking agencies and so on that we don't have, and that there is an institutional lag, and that the question is whether the blogs could ever make up for that institutional lag.
Unless the blogs can start providing salaries, I like to say, if I am still an economist here, and there are three kinds of economists. There are liberal professional economists, there are conservative professional economists, and there are professional conservative economists. There aren't any professional liberal economists because the money ain't there.